What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I'm back with the 4 Gearloc playthrough of Too Many Bones, a dice builder RPG by Chip Theory Games, published by Chip Theory Games, and we are fixing to start day 2. I did want to make one housekeeping thing before we start. From yesterday, I had mentioned that the Gearlocs and the Tyrant were picked out by one of our subscribers. That subscriber is William J. Brown. I'm going to say the third because it's III. So I did want to give a specific shout out to him for catching the finale issue that I talked about yesterday. Thank him for watching, and this playthrough is brought to you by Board Game Roamer and William J. Brown III subsequently. So let's just get right into it. So yesterday we completed our first day, which was we just basically picked some skills. And today we're going to do the second day. I got it. You know what? Y'all gotta watch me. I've done gone and goofed. I done goofed because we're actually on day number 2, not day number 1. Okay, alright, now we got it. So, put this over here, give you a little look-see. Wow, that's horrible. Alright, so here we go. Day number 2. Hardly out of the gate. 15 steps into the journey. 15 steps, and already a Gearloc boot is struck through by an arrow. Luckily, no toes were killed. Teeth are clenched, and a painful tug is made while looking around in embarrassment. Yow! Now, sufficiently ticked, it's time to return the favor to the ominous figures at the edge of the woods. Commotion breaks out atop the city wall, interrupting all thoughts. Guards have now spotted the brazen intruders and are notching their arrows. Their help is at the ready. Like it or not, the adventure is underway. So, we have 2 options. And again, this is the standard, oh, well, you know what I could do? I could just use this. Okay, I'm gonna try that for the video. We'll see how that works. Standard options, the standard day 2. So we have 2 options. They're both combat options. We can fight them, the baddies, and every round they'll take 1 point of true damage. That does not give us a bonus if we complete the encounter, or we can do it without anybody's help and get an additional training point. Either way, we get 1 progress point, 1 training point, and 1 loot for everybody. So I'm thinking that we should Okay, so I think that we're going to go with the second option. We want as many training points as we can, and I mean it's not really as super. This is not really it's pretty early on. I feel confident, pretty much in our skills. So, having said such, let's get started. So first things first, with Pickett. Pickett's innate ability is that he gets to roll his defense dice before the battle starts, and if we get any actual shields, they do get slotted before the battle starts. So let's do that first. Bones do not count, so we're going to put 1 shield there in the active. Secondly, Gilly can, before battle, choose a stack and cycle a baddie if she wishes. So I think we're going to look for the first baddie in the 5-point stack. And, ooh, yay. That baddie is a Bog Lurk. That is a 6 hit point, 4 initiative range. It can target up to 3. It has no attack or defense dice, but it is poison too. And it will be what we face on day 4 which will be 3 5s and a 1. So we'd have to burn him down pretty quick, and poison is the devil. Gosh. I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to fight him at some point, so he's not the worst pick. We'll just, yeah, we'll keep him. That's okay. We'll keep him. Okay, so the next thing that we do is Gilly is going to be able to put out any traps. He does have a trap. And we're going to put the trap because we know that the 5-point baddie is going to come up first. We're going to put in that it is melee. We're going to put it in ranged lane 1 melee. So that's good. Then I believe we can place our baddies. Then we'll create the active stack. So we have a 5-point. Of course, we know what that is because we scouted that earlier. Then we've got, so on day 2 with 4 Gearlocs, that's 8 points. So that's 5, 6 because we scouted that 1 point earlier, 7 because we scouted that 1 point earlier, and 8. That's the mystery, and there is our active stack. I'm going to put the active stack over here. I'm going to put the defeated baddies over here for the encounter. All right. So let's start with the active stack. First thing we're going to drop is our Troll Sage that we scouted. That's going to go in position number 1. That's the blue die. And he has 6 hit points. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. He's going to go right here. 1 and boom. And put that there. Initiative 4. All right. And the second one is going to be in lane 2, ranged Goblin Sandbagger. Fortunately, only 2 hit points, so not as devastating. And that is purple. Purple, ranged. Lane 2, initiative 4 as well. Lane 3, Troll Brute. He is going to go in with 3 hit points. In lane 3, he is melee, and he has an initiative of Uno. He's pretty slow. And the mystery 4th baddie. Okay. Not the worst. Ranged Dragon Hatchling. 1 attack die, 3 hit points, 6 initiative, but it does have engulf, so that's going to be fun. We might can use that to our advantage, hopefully. We can use that to our advantage, and I'll show you how to do that here in just one moment, I hope, unless I really screw it up. So there's that. And that is a 6 initiative, so it's going to go at the top, currently anyway. Then we have all of our Gearlocs. So first thing let's roll their initiatives. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Tink is a 4. Going to go right here. Gilly is a 3. Going to go right here. Picket and Boomer are 5s, and we'll go right after the Dragon Hatchling, and I think we're gonna do Picket first. I'll show you why in just 1 second. So I think we're gonna do Picket first, and then we place our Gearloc. So Gilly. I'm gonna say maybe right here. It has to be in ranged. Boomer has to also be ranged. Now this engulf is gonna attack the lowest hit points. So that's going to be either Boomer or Tank. So we do not want, at least initially, until we get rid of him, with that engulf ability, to target close to anybody else. Engulf means if he hits me here, then he's actually going to do, well, a better example would be if he hit, for instance, here, then everybody around him, what's considered adjacent, would take that damage as well. So that's going to be rough. We don't want to do that. I guess we'll put, I think we're going to put Tink right here. It's melee range, so we can put him in either. And at the beginning of the battle, we roll our build die. There's the build die. I'm going to orient it to where, oh, you can't see that. I'm going to orient it where it is pointing towards this attachment that we have. So that will be an option to use. And finally, Picket, who I think I'm going to put right here, because then if this guy melee moves up, he's going to attack Picket because it's the strongest, and that will kind of let Picket shield. And if Boomer gets hit, then that hopefully will maybe be some damage onto him from the engulf from over here on Boomer, at least for now. Boomer's currently the lowest hit points. So, having said that, first thing we need to do, we need to roll our trap die for Gilly. And we're going to roll it in, oh, sweet, -2. That may actually change. Let me change what I do, because that guy now is officially not really doing anything. So I actually do think I'm going to move right here, and then I'll just let Boomer try to pick this guy off. Or Gilly, or somebody will try to, Gilly will try to pick him off, maybe. Or if I can get the bot out, we'll do that. So the order is going to be the Dragon Hatchling, next Picket, next Boomer, next Tink, who's not got an 8+1. The Troll Sage, who now has no attack dice and 1 defense die. The Goblin Sandbagger, who fires mischief if he rolls a bone. Gilly, and then finally this Troll Brute. Okay, cool. So, round 1, let's get started. First up is the Dragon Hatchling, attacking the weakest, which we're going to say is Boomer. And that's going to be 1 attack die. Roll that, and that's 1 damage. So take 1 off Boomer. No defense yet. Now the way I do it is I put their health up here in the corner of their mat. I don't know. It's kind of like that. I feel like that works well. Let's try this. All right. So I made a little bit of a setup change. It just hit me while I was sitting here. Move this battle mat up just a hair, a little bit, so that I could put the dice tray on the bottom and you could still see all the Gearlocs and the battlefield. So let's try that. Let's see how that works out. And if you got a better way, or you don't, it's not doing it for you, then you guys know. Let me know, and we'll try something different. All right, so that was Dragon Hatchling. It is gone. Next is Picket. So Picket is going to move 1. That's 1 dex spent. Then he is going to roll One attack and one defense, because he only has 2 decks left. And we have 2 defense, so he is all about the defense and a bone. So that was semi-decent, I suppose. Next is Boomer. Boomer has 3 decks. Just going to go ahead and have her roll 2 defense and... she really needs to do attack. I think she's going to roll the defense and one of her grenade dice, the element die. See if she can start building that up. Okay. Well, this will be good. So there's 2 defense, for Boomer. Bam, bam. And 2 element. I think we'll keep that. That's pretty good. So we'll put that in the lock slot up here. And that is Boomer. Next is Tink. Okay, so Tink. Probably one of the hardest Gearlocs to play, and whose sheet I will unashamedly refer myself to through this playthrough to make sure that I get it as right as possible, along with the feedback from the first playthrough that I did, the catastrophe playthrough, we'll call it. So the way the bots works. So on a bot, on the beginning of our turn, we can opt to build a bot. All right, and what we do is we take a spider bot, 1, 2, or 3. We've already rolled the build die before we started combat and place that. We put that in the prep area. That does not cost dex, and we put the teal number, which is the battery power facing up, which for this bot is 1. Okay. Then it says, add to the prep area any attachments you choose based on the orientation of your rolled build, 1.0 or 2.0. So we're definitely going to do that. And the number of attachments you might receive. A bot does not require a build die to be deployed. However, it won't have attachments. There is no dex for cost for leaving your bot and attachments in your prep area. So it's still not costing me anything as of yet. However, I can spend 1 dex to increase the bot's power by 1 on my turn, but only 1. I can't do it multiple times, even if I have a bunch of decks. So the first of the 4 decks is going to be spent upping this battery power to 2. Okay. So there's 2. All right, cool. So that means I got 3 decks left. And then when it moves, it costs Tink's dex to move. It gets its basically free attack. And we can use the attachments, but they are part of the dex count for Tink when we do Tink's normal roll. So we do have to keep that in mind. So far that's, well, just the one dex. So, and that's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Put the 4 battery power. Now, the cool thing is, just as an aside, whenever the the Undertow expansion comes out, they are going to have chips for the companions of Gillies and for the spider bots. So they'll actually have a legitimate chip to sit on top here. We'll still have this die, but it'll look cooler because it'll be, more thematically in line with the colors of the Gearlocs. So that's going to be pretty neat. Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and deploy him. Yep, I think I'm going to deploy him. So, going to go ahead and deploy him to the mat. So that is now 2 of the 4 decks spent. I'm going to choose to deploy him right here. I'm going to choose to put that right there. This build die is exhausted. Okay, so as an aside, George, my man, my brother, this is what I was talking about in the comment. So assuming that I had another build die and another spider bot die over here, and I wanted to say next round start prepping the spider bot, when do I roll the build die that would go in here? Assuming that it was, it was down here under build 2.0 and I had Spiderbot 2.0. At what point in time, now that I've deployed this Spiderbot, do I move this build die that's up, over here into this so that I can start rolling it? Well, when do I move it? When do I roll it to put it over here so I can start choosing additional attachments if I had other attachments and start prepping a second bot? That's your homework, because I cannot find any details on how that works. Also, and okay, yep. Excuse me. All right, cool. So that's gonna be 2 for him. I think for now he's just gonna roll. Well, what the heck? Let's activate him. So that's gonna take him down to 1. He's gonna do his automatic attack versus the dragon hatchling. Oh, by the way, I guess I should show you this. So this is what he started at. 2 battery power, up to 2 attachments, 4 health, and 1 automatic damage. Okay, so we're going to drop him down to 1 so we can use him. He is going to do his auto attack. So that's going to be 1 versus the dragon hatchling. So take that out. Then his firing arm. All right, the firing arm. We cannot deal number damage to any non-adjacent baddie. So we can't use it here, but we could use it somewhere else, like, for instance, over here with the big guy. Or actually, we could probably go over there, to be honest. I don't guess it really matters. Well, no, it does. I'll tell you what, let's actually do this purple Goblin Sandbagger, because that mischief starts taking dice out. That's not cool. So that's going to be 3 decks. And then I think we'll probably probably just do another defense die for Tink. So let's see what happens. Okay, so there you go. We've got 1 defense for Tink. Put that up there. And 2 damage to the Sandbagger, which obliterates ye old Sandbagger. Put him over here on the defeated stack. Awesome. We like defeated enemies. And that is Tink's turn. Next, the Troll Sage goes. He is melee based. He doesn't have any attack dice, so he will just roll his 1 defense die. Oh, by the way, these attachments, it says to put them in your prep area, but I like to just put them on the bot. That way I know what attachments go with what. He's going to roll, the Troll Sage here is going to roll his single defense die, and he gets a 1. And he does have thick skin 1, so we do need to remember that. So he's gone. Gilly, 3 decks, 2 attack, 1 defense. Well, with 3 decks, you can guess. We're going to roll 2 attack and 1 defense. We are going to target Who do we want to target? I guess, yeah, we'll target. Oh, well, he's going to come here. I guess we're going to target this guy. We're going to target the Troll Brute right there. Because next, at the end of this round, it's going to move down and attack Boomer. So we'll see if we can get some damage on it. Maybe we'll get lucky and get enough on it that it will kill itself if we roll a bone. You never know. So here we go. All right, so that's 1 defense for Gilly and 2 damage to the Troll Brute. It does have thick skin, so the first one is absorbed by the thick skin. Second one does go through. That leaves him with 2 health. So that was Gilly's go. And finally, the Troll Brute moves. The closest Gearloc, as he is melee, is Boomer. So he will move here. He gets 1 attack and 1 defense. And that is a bone, which is careless, which means he takes a point of damage. That's good. He should keep doing that, but I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. And then he does, so that takes care of the defense. Then that's the 2 damage. However, remember, Boomer does have these 2 defense dice, so they will absorb that damage, and Boomer takes no damage. And that quickly, round 1 is completed.